Are you ready for a review of a game that has tons of gore, tons of blood, but no violence? How's that possible? Stay tuned. Hey moral gamers, check it out. This game has tons of blood, tons of gore, but no violence. Is that really possible? Yes, we're looking at Surgeon Simulator 2013 for PC. How's this going to stack up? Keep watching. Now, with Surgeon Simulator, this is simulating surgery. And it's a medical procedure. Surgeons do this tons and tons, thousands of times a day, every year, etc., etc. So, of course, the human body is going to be full of, blood. You're going to have internal organs and stuff like that. And what you have to do is you have to perform various and assorted transplants. And in order to do this, you need to cut certain things out, move it around, do what you have to get to whatever it is that you need to remove for the transplant. Okay, sounds simple enough, right? Well, no, because I find in this game the easiest way to win is to gut them and then basically gut the patient and then just spike in whatever it is you were supposed to transplant. I know it sounds weird, and I don't understand why it works that way, but that's how I win. And I can't get past the kidney transplant, the double kidney, because I don't know how to get the internal organ, the intestines out. I mean, that's like, I don't get it, guys. But this is more of a puzzle game than it is actually a surgery simulation. Because if it was a surgery simulation, then instead of actually ripping everything out, you'd be pushing stuff aside, you'd be moving stuff around, you'd be working with gas bubbles and stuff like that. I did take human med biology, and I got to sit through a couple autopsies. I understand what they do when they actually are pulling stuff out versus what they do when they're just performing a surgery. So, this is not really surgery simulation. This is more of a puzzle. And so, that's what you're going to do. Now, what gets me about this game is the controls, because the controls are very dysfunctional. In order to move one arm, you basically have to use the mouse to move the arm around, and of course if you want to move the fingers, that's what the keyboard's for. So it takes two hands to work one hand. But that's how they're going to try and do it. And another thing that really gets me frustrated with this game is dexterity, because you have none. You're fumbling around like, with your hands trying to get stuff moved, and you can't grab anything the way you want to. And I've no idea how many times I've actually pricked myself, but as you can see, if you get the wrong thing picked up, you start hallucinating. Them needles, I don't want to know what drugs they're using to keep this patient under. Malpractice suit, by the way. That's all I can say about this game, especially if it was me in real life. So, is this game the right game from you? And it's a toss-up. I mean, once you get past the controls, and it's like a broken skill scoop is what it is, okay? It's got that mode where as you keep fumbling with stuff, as you keep losing, you get determined. You're like, I'll get it next time, I'll get it next time, I'll get it next time. And no matter what, you still end up with the same claw map thing where you're like, and the claw never picks up the rabbit or the bunny or whatever it is you're trying to win out of the machine. So you put 50 cents in, 50 cents in, 50 cents in, or a buck, depending on the machine, of course. And you're never winning. So it gives you that side of determination, where you get to the point where you're just so frustrated, you get determined and you keep going. It's an interesting game. Is it a fun game? I'll leave that for you to decide, because it's kind of a toss-up here. It's a love-hate relationship for me. Morally speaking, do you have issues with scientific procedures, medical procedures? Because that's basically what this is trying to simulate in its own way it is. And yes, you are actually seeing more internal organs coming out than you would in a Mortal Kombat game. That being said, though, the idea is not to kill the patient, but to save them. Although, until you learn how to work the controls well and how to get through the different portions, you do end up killing more people than saving. So, c'est la vie. So if you have issues with that, then this is something you may not want your kids playing. Otherwise, it is Surgery Simulator. Oh, I should mention, there is a trophy for an obscene gesture you can do with the hand. We're adults here, and if you're not, you don't need to know yet. But once you get that trophy for doing that obscene gesture, it's worthless. It's just nothing. Just move on. Be a grown-up about this. Keep playing. Any rate, though, if you like this review, please remember to subscribe, like, the whole shebang, and remember, we're the Moral Gamer. Moral Gamer, moralgamer.com. We look forward to seeing you next time.